I know that you drove the ARCA car this last weekend, and that was a pretty big blow that you took right there. Talk about that a little bit. And man, you had nowhere to go.
Yeah. Motorsports, first off, gave me a really good car, and it was, Kevin Reed and Billy and all of them were really great to work with, and things clicked pretty quickly, and, we were really quick in practice, and, it was my first time in a ARCA car and first time on anything bigger than a half mile in anything, and, I thought we were really good, and but just had to start sixth and got to second. I felt like we were a little bit faster than the leader, but the worst problem is vision, and the track got dustier, and
Yeah.
with when the dirt hits the windshield, it'll leave like a little
Film.
a white smudge from where the mud was, and then it just gets all over, and then with the sun and the dust, you really can't see. So, when I was following Jesse, whether I was on his bumper or 10 cars behind him, I couldn't see him for the 20 or 30 laps I was chasing him or more. And so I don't know. It just, when I hit him, I was still wide open. That's how bad the vision was. So
Oh, wow.
I don't know what can be done different about that, or just with the people racing, it's so diverse. So, like I said, his dust was kicked up, and then Jesse might have just saw him, and then I was following Jesse's dust, and so I had almost no vision from Jesse, let alone the car that I hit. So I just had no idea, and I didn't hear anything on the radio from turn 3 on. So
Yeah.
it was at that point that was pretty quiet too. So it was definitely a shock.
Kyle, he mentioned one time that if they're going to race these cars on dirt, they need to take the windshields out of them. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
On as far as I know, on all professional dirt racing or any professional dirt series or cars, there is no windshields.
Right.
So, and I understand that those are pavement-based series that are running, dirt a couple times, which I think is really great.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if you want to make it better or almost a little bit more legit, you got to do something about the vision through the windshields. And so I don't know. I can't really comment on exactly what that would be, but
Right.
I think windshield-wise, there has to be a change in order to make it better. I mean, for example, I was following Jesse, and a rock hit the windshield, and it peeled a tear off for me.
Oh.
And it turned the grass in the infield from white to green. That's how bad it was, the vision-wise.
Wow.
And then 20 laps later, went back to most things was a white tan color on anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was crazy. When the tear-off came off, the grass, popped back to green. It was crazy.
Yeah. What do you think is the most difficult thing about driving a 3,450-pound stock car compared to where you came from sprint cars and midgets? What is the hardest thing for you to get a grasp on driving these heavy cars?
I would say just the weight, and you have to be more patient as far as how you drive it, just because, you don't have as much grip, and there's a lot of weight behind you that's going to keep pushing you into the corner. And so you got to, I feel like, back up your entry more than normal and make sure you're, pretty straight, on entry, so you don't lose the right rear, so you don't get yourself loose and pushed up the hill or spin out,
Right.
because they're really hard to catch once you get to that certain. I just say you almost still got to race it with the pavement mentality, just super straight and consistent, and you got to be aware of the weight that you have. But other than that, once I felt like I got racing, because I ran some late model stuff and then the truck stuff and now the ARCA stuff, I felt like I've gotten used to the weight, but you still have to just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And but then after that, I felt like the more laps I got in, the more it came pretty natural. And at that point, I was just focused on getting past the leader.